Hey guys, Kane here, and in this video we're going to talk about the merges past the 9 months, where you have a choice if you want to merge or not. Now, we're going to cover both the pros and the cons of it, what you may get, what you may lose, and all that kind of stuff. So first of all, we're going to start with the merges. Recently, we had a site merge, and there has been a lot of servers and a lot of strong people. Now, depending what kind of group you will be part of, that Drake or site merge will either be good for you or can be potentially bad for you. So for example, looking at my current ranking, I'm 21st on my realm. There has been a lot more stronger players in the particular site merge than we can see in here. I've seen 16, I've seen 17, I've seen 80 million cores and all that kind of stuff. And on our realm, we have sort of a war, and like the enemy of ours are quite high cores, and majority of the time a lot of players are in the capital anyway. So in such a case, like even if you would join sides with those people, there are other big groups, other big players, or even more players, and essentially there will be a huge war and you will be continuously in capital, and potentially in that particular server there would be a few times more stronger people than you. So even in terms of like the rankings for events, you would rank like 500 instead of like 43 with the current score. Personally, I will be trying to hit rank 1, have enough materials, but essentially the more people, the harder the events, the less you will be able to achieve. So in a merge, in a such like this, you're dropping majority of the events unless you're like top 3 or I don't know, maybe top 10. It really depends what kind of cores and the differences we're talking about. So looking into the event in particular, in terms of site, you get site coins for completing particular house quests, event rankings, defeating bosses, capturing cities, and etc. There are a few stages in here where you can upgrade particular skills of your kingdom or your house, which can even include stuff like research percentages or research boosts and all that kind of stuff. I do believe there are some honor benefits, some hero attack or army attack or something like that. So it could potentially help some cross-server PvP as well. In a sense, some of those cities, unlike Nore, have a research and construction percentage up to 15, if I do remember correctly, instead of 10. So that is one of the things. And also you have prizes which you can get for winning or even participating in the Drake or side. Those rewards include one of the more important and kind of strongest sets of the heroes, which can give a pretty strong skill at 2 piece and also at the 3rd piece. It gives all ability levels +1, which is really strong for a lot of heroes, such as like gladiators, rogues, mages, even stuff like generals. They would buff one ranged troop with 25% more attack, and any control effect would end 30% faster, and all that kind of stuff. Like there are a lot, and they would add more, and the chest would provide more, and all that kind of stuff. So essentially, like you would be going to site more or less just to gain something like a Drake set. Now, as you can see, the reward differs for the guild leader, for the deputy or minister, and the members as patrons. So if you don't rank 1, you're getting less and less rewards. So if you're going solo or if you're going to just test things out, you're not really going to get a lot of stuff unless you rank like higher than 6 and you have like ministers and quite a few members to even get to rank 5 as well. And it is a sort of a gamble anyway. So sure, you can get some percentages, sure you can get some prizes, but you have to remember, if it's going to be PvP based like some Nore servers such as mine, you will not be staying in almost any city, so sometimes getting particular percentages like this or particular percentages like Imperium and all that kind of stuff will be a bit harder than the version of Nore if you would be staying behind. Now, again, it really depends on a lot of things. It really depends how much of your enemy is staying. It really depends whether or not you will be able to achieve anything while staying behind. So majority of the information I'm going to tell you right now will be based exactly on that. So, first things first, let's check the ranking and from which guilds I know people are going. So let's count how many people are going towards the merge and what rank we will have. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I know for a fact that 14 people are going towards the site merge. I'm not sure of this guy. I'm not entirely sure of rank 20. And these two are also staying. So we have 4 members or 4 Chinese members from my group. And then I have myself. And then we have like these two probably randoms. Which will not be able to achieve much if they would be staying behind. And aside from that, quite a lot more players are also leaving. Essentially, this guy is, or rather has quit the game, if I do remember correctly. I'm not entirely sure. So, essentially, I'm rank from 5 to rank 7, something like that. And I thought a lot more players would be leaving towards side, so I would be at least like top 3. And everybody just wanted to relax and chill from all the war that was happening on our realm. So essentially, my kind of staying behind may backfire, but it may not. It really depends, because 1 or 2 of those high cores are not really participating in the events. So majority of these going towards side, meaning that I would have a lot more chances for events, a lot more chances for Linari in a lot higher quantities. And because they will be going to sites, I will be getting a lot more Linari. I will be participating in golden game boards. I will be participating in the draconic greater skills in terms of the finders keepers, and perhaps have some Linari left over. So essentially, I'm sacrificing at least 1 Drake set for like having a chill server, being in a city all the time because there will be no enemies, reaping the benefits because there are a lot less players in terms of potential like king. If I am rank 5, I can just go to any random kingdom and just take over the king, and if anything I can just ask my group to just clear the other people if they would try something else, you know. So essentially, my group staying means that I can benefit a lot more myself, and they can also benefit as well. And that means I will be having the Emperor bonuses as well. Not particularly the Emperor, but the titles, potentially like the Queen's Chest, all that kind of stuff. So there are a lot of rewards considering your group, how many of your group are staying, and all that kind of stuff. Personally, if you are dominating the server or your enemy is going towards like the site, quite a few players should at least stay behind and profit from Nore instead of like going towards side and then losing majority of like the free resources that you are able to get. So majority of these people which will be going, let's say, towards site, they will not grow as fast as people like me who will, let's say, not be contested in rankings for events so much, and I will have so much free Linari, so much free percentages in terms of like the building, in terms of research percentages, something that a lot of players will not have, and I will increase a lot faster than them. Now again, you have to judge based on your own server, based on your own people. So sometimes you staying behind may actually be worse for you than going towards Scythe or Drake. So again, you have to keep those in mind, and you have to do some research yourself. Because if you are kind of a lot weaker player than me, like you would be ranked like 60, 70, 80, 90, or even less, in your own realm, you're going to be like 700, 800 in Scythe or Drake. But if you are part of a strong group, you get a pretty huge reward in the terms of like the flawless Drake set, in the version of like even the basic one. So for example, having 3 of the general sets will give you an insane boost towards one of your squads. In the version of me playing Rakan, I will have my talk buffing an insane amount. You can do that for rogues, you can do that for gladiators, and many other things. So as you can see, I'm playing Rakan, and 3 of my core skills are level 10. The heavyweight, the tortoise mastery, the feng shui mastery, and also the prophetic trance was leveled a little bit, and all because I have 3 of the general pieces. So you have to remember that some things are better, some things are worse. Personally, for my own core power, for my own ranking in the realm, it is actually a lot more beneficial to stay behind, get a lot more Linari, get a lot more research percentages, other percentages, have, a chill time, because we are in a war almost all the time. And whenever the enemy will come back, they will be tired, they will be exhausted from all the war, and then you will just continuously clear them time after time, and they will probably, majority of them will quit the game or will be aiming to quit the game because of exhaustion and all that kind of stuff. So you also have like to notice a few of those things, because PvP, even though it may be fun in this game, it can be exhausting and it can make players quit the game. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. It was just like my own opinion in terms of the server merges, or like the particular Conquer events, which instead of merges, a lot of players are going on to new map and competing versus each other. So there are a few things like that. I've covered pretty much everything. Hopefully this info will be useful to you. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe out there.